In the 60s and 70s of the last century, there was not so much difference between the clothes of Iranian and Europe women. Even in 1930, the Shah's regime banned head coverings and ordered the removal of hijabs by force. In the following decades, fashion exhibitions were organized in major cities of Iran. Female students wore fashionable clothes according to the Western fashion style. This continues until the Khomeini Revolution of 1979. Before the revolution, women wore Western-style clothing such as tight-fitting jeans, short skirts, and sleeveless blouses. Picnics were organized on Fridays, which were considered the weekend. Men and women had fun together in these picnics. In the women's beauty salon, there were mostly male hairdressers. On the contrary, in men's barber shops, women enjoyed serving the opposite sex with scissors and combs. An event that happened in 1971 enraged Iran's religious opposition. It further increases the protests against the Shah and starts the way to the revolution of 1979. The incident took place during the solemn ceremony held on the occasion of the 2500th anniversary of the Iranian monarchy. A woman approaches Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. According to the conservative mullahs, that woman was dressed openly, promoting immorality. Moreover, the extravagance and lavishness of the 2500th anniversary celebration of the kingdom provokes protests from religious people who are dissatisfied with the authorities. Political and socio-economic chaos is deepening in the country. As a result, in 1979, the Mullah's revolution took place under the leadership of Khomeini. Khomeini tries to follow through on promises made after the February Revolution regarding women's clothing. But it only takes 6 to 7 weeks and hijab becomes mandatory. All human rights and freedoms of women are taken away from their hands. They are prohibited from entering cinemas alone. Many of the statues in the cities are torn down. Some of the female sculptors are hanged. Short clothing is strictly prohibited. Actresses and singers are flogged and imprisoned. Women are prohibited from going to the beaches. After that, the country's socio-political elite fled Iran in secret ways. In an impasse, the Mullah regime forces women in remote villages and cities to study. In 1984, the headscarf ban was introduced for the second time. According to this decision, it was mandatory to wear a black headscarf in universities and other public places. At the same time, women's hair had to be hidden under the hijab. But the students, who were forced to study by the Mullah's regime, also opposed the ban on the second Shabab. Women demand their rights and freedoms by burning pictures of Khomeini. After that, the Mullah's regime gives women the mandate of deputies to calm the situation. But after a short time, those hijab-wearing MPs are forbidden to engage in politics. In 2005, the women who were brainwashed by the Mullah's regime started a protest by tying their babies with hijabs. They expressed their objection in a harsh form against women who do not cover their hair completely. In the fall of 2022, the situation changes again. After the beating death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini by the police of morals, a larger wave of protests begins in the country. Thousands of women take to the streets and burn their hijabs. As a sign of protest against mullahcracy, they take to the streets in short clothes and hold demonstrations.